Hey there, viewers! Are you a candle lover? Then you've probably been frustrated when your candle refuses to melt all the way around. When you're burning candles, you might see that only a tiny portion of the wax burns most of the time. The candle burns unevenly and the flame tends to burrow down like a tunnel. This is called candle tunneling. In today's video, we'll talk about ways to prevent candle tunneling. It features a simple trick with the help of aluminum foil. Should you put it on the edge of your candle? What's the hairdryer method? We'll talk about all of these and more. Let's begin by discussing why candle tunneling happens and why it's bad. One of the big disadvantages of candle tunneling is total burn time. As the tunneling continues, the wick can end up going deeper into the wax. The result is a lack of oxygen for the flame and the candle goes out. Candle tunneling can happen because you haven't let the new candle burn long enough the first time you light it. Ideally, you should let the candle burn for 3 to 4 hours the first time it's lit. It can also happen if the wick isn't big enough, or if the wick is not exactly in the center. If the wick is too small compared to the size of the candle, it won't generate enough heat. The result is the wax immediately around the flame will melt, but the outer areas remain unmelted. In such cases, even when you let the candle burn for a long duration the first time, you might still end up with candle tunneling. It can be very frustrating to see the candle burn time drastically reduced. It also makes the candle look ugly. Once the ring develops, it seems almost impossible to fix. Fortunately, there are ways to avoid this. You don't even need any special tools, just a few things you already have in your house. The most effective method to combat candle tunneling is with aluminum foil. Aluminum foil is one of the most effective ways to prevent candle tunneling. All you have to do is wrap some aluminum foil around the candle's outside edge. While wrapping the foil, make sure it's reaching out over the tunneled wax. Make sure it's still open in the center, otherwise the flame won't get the oxygen it needs to burn. The aluminum foil ensures the flame remains even. The foil also makes sure the heat is radiated out and retained evenly. This way the leftover wax will melt evenly. The wax in the candle will even out within a couple of hours. You should then set the candle aside for the next few days. This gives the wax on the candle a chance to harden again. Don't like the aluminum foil method? Well, we have another one in store. It's time that you try the hairdryer method. Aluminum foil is a great way to get rid of candle tunneling, but it's not the only way. You can also use your hairdryer to fix the issue. With this method, you need to first trim the wick. You should also remove any of the wax debris that is formed once the candle has been used. Put your hairdryer to the highest setting. Use your hairdryer on the surface of the candle to melt the wax. You can try poking the unmelted parts to help the wax melt faster. You should continue using the hairdryer until the top surface completely melts and becomes smooth. Once the process is done, relight your candle. Make sure you let the candle burn for at least 30 minutes. You should ideally not see any more tunneling after 30 minutes. Don't light your candle for a few days after the tunneling is taken care of. You should let the wax harden. This typically takes between 2 days and 2 weeks based on the type of wax. Another way to deal with candle tunneling is to use candle toppers. They act the same way as aluminum foil, only these candle toppers usually come with intricate designs. Candle toppers are essentially metal lids that are open on the top. This allows the flame of the candle to still burn. At the same time, the lid protects your candle from the wind. Just like the aluminum foil, the candle toppers keep all outside elements away and help the wax melt evenly. Candle toppers also add a nice touch to your decor. They come in various designs and themes that can go well with your home style. Dealing with candle tunneling is fine, but what if you could prevent it? This brings us to our next topic. It's time we talk about ways to prevent candle tunneling. There are certain things you can do to make sure the tunneling doesn't happen at all. For instance, you should make sure the wick of your candle is trimmed regularly. This allows the wick to remain straight and not stray while it's lit. You should also make sure the candle is nowhere near a window or in the line of a draft. The wind makes the candle flame flicker. This causes uneven burning of the wax and you end up with candle tunneling. If you want to make sure there is no candle tunneling at all, you should try out 3-wick candles. They tend to last long and also prevent the problem in the first place. When you use the candle for the first time, you should let it burn for a few hours. The duration depends on how large and thick the candle is. Ideally, 3 to 4 hours should do. This is important because the wax isn't always hard as you might expect. Even when it's solid, the wax will continue to become harder over a period of time. If you lit that candle today, tomorrow the wax would still be soft even if melted and cooled. But if you let it be for a week or so before you light it again, the wax would be a lot harder. So when you light the candle the first time, you'll be letting the wax in the center melt. The second time you light the candle, only that portion in the center will keep melting. This is because there is less thermal energy required to melt this area. The wax around the area is harder, so it takes more energy to melt. The result is candle tunneling. Candle tunneling is usually a problem with mass-produced candles because cheaper wicks are used. Luxury candles are usually created with more care, including wick size, about the diameter of the candle. Irrespective of what kind of candle you're using, you can still salvage candle tunneling. All it takes is a bit of aluminum foil and you can make sure the candle lasts a long time. Interested in knowing more hacks? How about we keep the conversation going with a couple more clever kitchen and home hack videos? Here's what you should know. 19 cleaning hacks that show how to clean better and faster. 23 kitchen hacks that will change your life. Go ahead, click one, or better yet watch both and learn more about secret hacks to make your life easier. Will you be using any of these methods to prevent candle tunneling? Let us know in the comments below.